Hello everyone and welcome to day 14 of Find Your Flow challenge. So let me start off by saying well done to all of you that have taken part in this challenge. I hope you guys have had the chance to really explore different styles of yoga and find a style that you enjoy the most. Today we're going to do a really slow practice. It's probably going to be the most gentle practice we've done so far, just to give your body a chance to reset and rejuvenate after all the hard work that you've put in. So take a seat on your mat. So we're going to start lying down and we'll tune into our breath just to get going. So let's start off by laying down onto our backs. We're going to start with some breathing, so find a nice comfortable position, close your eyes, either extend your legs out or let your feet come together and let your knees fall down to the side. I like to rest my hands just on top of the belly button so I can just notice the breath a little bit more. So when you find a comfortable spot, just start to tune into your breath. Breathing naturally to begin with. As you inhale, feel the chest rising. And as you exhale, feel it coming back down. Try inhale and exhale through the nose. You want to keep the lips sealed. See if you can hear the breath running down the back of the throat. Just using this breath to give our mind something to focus on and start to warm the body internally. And as you become more aware of your breath, see if you can inhale and exhale for 4 counts. You'll notice a natural pause at the top of the inhalation. And then staying with this breath throughout the practice. So on your next inhale, wherever you are, we're going to reach the arms overhead. We're going to draw the feet together, draw the knees together. And you can start to open your eyes and keep them closed, whichever you want to do. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Just see how that feels in the body. Maybe you want to rock side to side, maybe you want to circle the knees around. Just see what feels good for you. And then we can drop the feet down onto the mat. Let's take the arms out to the side. Bring your right foot just below the left knee. And start to let your right knee fall down to the side. Try to keep the foot flexed. And then we're going to take the left leg, reach the hands behind the thigh. So we're coming to a revolved pigeon. Doing everything nice and slow to begin with. We're not warm yet, so just listen to your body, see how it feels. You can either stay here or start to draw that leg a little bit closer for a deeper stretch down the hamstring. Maybe extend the left leg up towards the roof. And a few deep breaths here. On your next exhale, release the legs down. Take your hands out to the side, cross your right leg completely over the left one. And then just letting the knees fall down to the left side, find a gentle supine twist. You can turn to look over the right hand, maybe take the left hand on top of the right thigh. And then as you inhale, find your way back to center. Ground the feet down, and let's take the left foot just below the right knee. Again, keep that foot flexed, let the left knee fall wherever it wants to go. And then when you're ready, start to draw your right leg towards you. We're finding a gentle reclined pigeon pose. So don't force any of the movements here. You can stay there or start to extend your right leg towards the roof. And a few deep breaths. On your next exhale, drop the foot down, take the hands out to the side, cross your left leg completely over the right one. And as you exhale, let the knees fall down to the right side, returning to look over with the left hand. And you can rest that right hand on top of the left thigh if it's comfortable. And then on your inhale, release the legs, come back up to center, ground the feet down. We're going to find supported bridge. So your feet are hip distance apart, your hands are coming down next to you. Try to roll the shoulders underneath you a little bit more. And then as you inhale, start to press the hips high. We're engaging the quads here. Try to feel the chest open as you press the belly button towards the roof. And keep pressing the palms down. Maybe interlace the fingers if it's comfortable. And then on your exhale, start to release back down to your mat. Cross the ankles and roll up to a seated position. We're going to find our way to tabletop, so ground your hands. Take the knees below the hips. And starting off with a gentle cat and cow, just to warm the spine up. So a neutral spine. Take a deep inhale, start to arch your spine. Broaden through the chest. See if you can take the chin up towards the roof. And a few deep breaths here. On your next exhale, start to round your spine. Tuck your tailbone. Take your chin towards the chest. Try and find flexion in your spine. See how that feels in your body. And then coming back to neutral. One more time on the inhale, round your spine, look up towards the roof, broaden through the chest. And then on your exhale, tuck your chin around your spine. Find your way back to neutral. Make sure you're feeling balanced in the hands and the knees. We're going to reach the left hand up towards the roof. So really press through your right arm as you open up to the side. And then on your next exhale, start to thread your arm through to the right. So not taking the hand down, we're just finding a gentle twist. And then inhale, reaching back up, press through that right hand, opening up to the side. And as you exhale, start to thread the arm through a little further one more time. And then come back to your neutral position. And the right side, so on your inhale, ground down through the left hand, reach your right arm up, open up to the side. And then as you exhale, thread that arm through, just gently twisting to the left side. Inhale, reach the arm up. And exhale, thread it through to the left side. And then find your way back to neutral. We're coming down to puppy pose. So it's a really nice way just to open up the chest. Keep the hips stacked over the knees. Walk your hands as far forwards as comfortable. And then start to press the chest down. So just come down slowly. See how it feels in your body. Maybe the elbows come down. You can rest your forehead or the chin onto the mat. Wherever you are, just take a few deep breaths. Just let gravity pull you down a bit deeper. And then on your next inhale, start to slide forwards. We're coming to Sphinx pose. So your thighs are coming down, the hips are coming down. Relax the chest onto the mat. Just check the elbows are tucked under the shoulders. Press your palms into the mat, and on your inhale, start to lift up. So this is a nice gentle stretch. You want to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep the feet pressing down onto the mat. See if you can lift the chin a little bit more. And then as you exhale, lower back down. Ground the hands under the shoulders. Stay on the knees. Push back to your tabletop position. Just adjust if you need to. And then we're going to swing that right foot behind us. We're opening up into gate pose. So your left foot is coming down. Make sure the right knee is stacked under the hip. And start to reach your left arm over to the right side. Try to press that left hip up towards the roof. And then on your inhale, find your way all the way up. Then we're going to stretch down to the left side. So lay your left hand down onto the leg. Start to reach your right arm over. Just releasing any tension down the side of the body. And then coming back to center. So we're coming to shoelace pose. Take the hands down. You're taking your left knee behind the right one. We want to try to get the knees stacked. So start to sink your hips back. You can use the hands to get comfortable. As long as you can feel a stretch in that top leg, maybe try to walk the feet away from the body. And then take a deep inhale, reach your arms up high. And as you exhale, start to fall down over the legs. Again, a few deep breaths here. Just breathe into that right leg. Notice any tension. And then on your inhale, finding your way back up, we're coming to eagle arms. Take your left arm under the right, crossing at the elbows. Start to draw the palms towards the ceiling. And then start to take the hands together. So you want to try to get that right hand holding onto the left. And wherever you get a grip, take an inhale as you draw the elbows up towards the ceiling. Try to push them away from your body. Really open up the back. A few easy breaths here. And then as you exhale, release the arms. You're finding a way back to tabletop. So ground your hands down. You guys can face the same way. I'm going to be turning around to the opposite side now. So come into your tabletop position. And we're going to swing the left leg behind us. So make sure the knee is under the hip. Extend your right leg out. Ground down through your left hand as you reach the right arm over. Stretch the side of the body out. See if you can push your right hip up towards the ceiling. And then on your inhale, come all the way up. So coming to gate pose, we're going to stretch down to the right side. Reach your right hand down towards the leg. Pull your left arm open. Really stretch the left side of the body. You can gaze down to your mat or up towards the ceiling. And then coming back up, ground the hands down in front of you. Coming to shoelace pose. So now your right knee is coming behind the left. Just find your way there. See if you can get comfortable. You want to sink the hips back down. Use your hands. Maybe walk the feet away from the body. And remember the knees are more or less stacked as long as you can feel a stretch in that top leg. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, start to fall down. Again, just notice any tension in that left leg. Try to relax your head and your neck. And then on your next inhale, coming back up, finding eagle arms. So we're taking the right arm under the left, cross at the elbows, reach the fingers up towards the ceiling. See if you can circle the hands around, maybe take the palms together. And wherever you are, as you inhale, draw the elbows up high. See if you can push them away from the body, feel the upper back opening. And a few deep breaths. And then release your arms, ground them down in front of you, find your way back to tabletop. And when you get there, step back to a plank position. We're going to tuck the chin as we roll back to downward dog, so let's do it nice and slow. Push into the upper back first. Start to roll your hips up towards the roof.
Bend your knees to begin with. We're looking for a long spine, and then we'll start to press the heels down. Maybe walk on the spot here. Just warm the legs up. And then we're going to take that right leg high, find three-legged dog. Try to keep the torso nice and straight. Keep pressing your left heel down, and then bend your right knee. Let's make 3 big circles going in a clockwise direction. Just focus on opening the hip up. And when you're done, your 3 circles are going to meet in a low lunge. So slowly start to draw that knee to the chest. As you step the foot forwards, drop your left knee, reach the arms up high. See if you can press your hips forwards more. Let's focus on that left hip flexor. And then start to draw the elbows out to the side to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep breathing into the posture. And then release your hands down. Your left hand's coming down to the mat as your right arm circles open. We're twisting open to the right side. Gaze up at your right hand if it's comfortable. See if you can press your hips a little further forwards here. And you're either staying or you're drawing that left foot in towards you. See if you can catch the foot with the hand. Wherever you are, 3 deep breaths here. And as you exhale, release the foot, ground your hands, rock your hips back, straighten the right leg, lift the toes, and just start to exhale as you fall down. You can either stay here or sink your hips all the way down to the heel. And then on your inhale, rocking back forwards, ground your hands. We're stepping back to our plank position. And again, let's find our way to downward dog nice and slow. So tuck your chin, push into the upper back as you roll the hips towards the ceiling. See if you can press your heels down a little further this time. Keep pressing the palms down into the mat. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. And then on your inhale, take your left leg up. Keep pressing your right heel down. We're going to bend that knee, make 3 big circles going anti-clockwise. So don't rush this movement. Just focus on opening the hip up. Keep the arms active, don't let the torso go forwards. And when you've done your 3 rolls, we're going to find our way to our low lunge. So start to draw your knee to the chest as you roll forwards. Drop your right knee. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Press the palms together so you can push the hips a little further forwards. You want to try to get that back leg as straight as you can. And then as you exhale, either elbows out to the side, or you can interlace your fingers behind you. Just start to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Try to broaden through the chest. And then as you exhale, release the arms down. Ground down through your right hand. Circle your left arm open towards the ceiling. Keep looking up towards the hand. See if you can push hips a little further forwards. And you're either staying there or start to bend the back leg. Remember to roll over the kneecap. Start to work your hand towards the foot. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. As you exhale, release the foot, ground the hands down, rock your hips back, lift the toes on the left foot to straighten that leg as much as you can. And as you exhale, start to fall down, relax your upper body. You can stay there or sink all the way back, whichever is more comfortable. And then on your inhale, rock back to your lunge. Ground your hands, step back to a plank position. And slowly start to roll back to downward dog. Let's hold for 5 deep breaths. We're going to press through the palms, push your hips towards the ceiling, draw the shoulders away from the ears, gaze towards the belly button. And then on your next inhale, start to walk your feet towards the hands. So keep the hips high, bend your knees. And when you find your way there, you come into a gentle forward fold. Relax your upper body, fold onto the elbows, and just gently sway from side to side. Release the arms down. We're coming up to some spinal rolls. So keep the chin on the chest, take a deep inhale, bend your knees slightly as you roll up to standing. Don't rush this movement. Round your spine to begin with. And as you come up, start to reach your hands all the way towards the roof. Push your hips far forwards, broaden through the front of the body. And then as you exhale, start to fold back down. And one more time on your inhale, bend the knees, start to roll up to standing. Just rounding the spine first. And then as you come up, finding a gentle back bend, press the hips forwards, roll the arms behind you. And reach the hands to the ceiling. We're going to take hold of the left wrist. As you exhale, start to slide down to the right side. So press the left hip to the left side. You can gaze up towards the roof if it's comfortable. And then inhale, come back up to center. Take your left hand to the right wrist. And as you exhale, draw down to the left side. Try to lengthen down the right side of the body. You can gaze up towards the roof if you want to. And then reaching back up. On your exhale, start to fold down. From here, we're going to step one of the feet back. Doesn't matter which one, we're going to find our way to a wide-legged position. So turn your toes to the long edge of the mat. Just find your fold here wherever you are. You can widen the stance if you need to. And we're going to press the fingertips into the mat. Make sure they're in line with the toes. Your elbows are bent at right angles and you're pressing the crown of the head down towards the mat. See if you can feel the weight of the hips coming over the heels. On your next inhale, start to roll back up to standing. Bend the knees slightly. Reach your arms up above you. And then taking your hands to heart center. We're going to turn the heels to face each other. We're going to come to goddess pose. Remember, this is a really strong activation in all the leg muscles and a deep stretch. So your toes are pointing out to the side, your heels are facing each other. You can take your hands down to the legs and start to bend your knees. So sink down as far as you can. See if you can press the hands into the legs. We want to keep pushing the hips forwards and keep drawing the knees back. Don't let your torso sink forwards. And then on your inhale, reach up, straighten the legs. Focus on your balance. And as you exhale, hands to heart center, sink a little lower this time. We're going to hold it for 5 deep breaths. You can either stay or lift up onto the toes. So engage the quads, keep the spine long. And then exhale, release the feet down. Take your hands down, turn the feet to the front, and we're going to sink down into the right leg. So you might need to adjust your stance, start to bend your right knee, and just sinking into that right leg. Lift the toes on your left foot, bring your hands up. Slowly find your way down to seated. Please draw that right foot into the left thigh. Inhale, reach your arms up high, and as you exhale, start to fold down over that left leg. So hold on wherever you can. Try to get your belly button to the thigh. It's a slight twist. And wherever your hands are, see if you can walk them a little bit further now. I want to try to stretch that right side of the body. Try lengthen the left hamstring. And then on your inhale, coming back up, we're going to take the right foot down. Use your left hand behind you. Push yourself back up. Find your way up to standing and just step the feet together. Let's come to tree pose. So ground down through your left foot. Draw your right foot up towards the thigh, either below the knee or above, just not on the knee. So find a spot for the foot to go. Start to press the thigh and the foot together. It's a very active stretch. Let your right knee fall out wherever it wants to. Bring your hands to heart center. And a few deep breaths here. You can keep your hands by the chest or reach them up above you. On your next exhale, take the right hand to the right foot, slowly lower it back down to your mat and step to your wide-legged position. We're about a leg's distance apart. Inhale, reach your arms high, and exhale, start to fold down. Make sure the legs are active. And then start to lengthen your spine, so lift your chest. Keep the left hand where it is. Reach the right hand up towards the roof. And then exhale down to center. The right hand's on the floor. Reach your left hand up as you exhale. And then find your way back down. Slowly start to roll up to standing, bend the knees slightly. Coming to goddess pose, so turn the heels together. Start to sink down to the posture. And we can use the hands on the thighs to begin with. Remember to press the hips forwards, keep the legs active. And we're going to sink down a little bit. So start to draw the chest down towards the floor. Roll the right shoulder to the left side. Then I'll come back to center. Exhale, left shoulder to the right side. Just a gentle twist. And then find your way back up to a nice long spine, hands to heart center. You're either staying here or coming onto the toes. 3 deep breaths. Keep pressing the hips forwards, keep drawing the knees back. And then as you exhale, drop the heels, take the hands down, turn the toes to face the front. And start to sink down into that left leg. Lift the toes on the right foot. See if you can bring the hands to heart center. And then exhale, find your way down to a seated position. Use the hands if you need to. And then just draw that left foot into the right leg. Let the knee go down wherever it goes. Try to keep your right leg straight. Inhale, long spine. And exhale, start to fold down. Just try to drop your left shoulder slightly, wherever you are. See if you can walk your hands a little further. Keep focusing on your breath. And then on your inhale, coming back up. Let's take the right hand behind us, ground the left foot down. Start to push yourself up into a wide-legged position. And then stepping the feet together. Coming to tree pose on the left. So ground down through that foot. Start to draw your left foot up, either below the knee or above the kneecap. And wherever you are, it's an active stretch, so really press the foot and the thigh together. Bring your hands to heart center. Keep drawing your left knee out. And either staying there or extending the arms up above you. And then as you exhale, take the left hand down. Slowly take the foot back down to the mat. Let's turn to the front. We're going to reach the arms up and just find a deep forward fold. So start to fold down, belly button going towards the thighs, chest to the knees. Let's hug the arms around the legs. So hold onto the elbows. Bend your knees if you need to. Just start to bring the forehead down towards the shins. And wherever you are, if your knees are bent, start to straighten them a little bit without losing the connection of the belly button on the thighs. And then slowly release the hands down. We're going to drop the shins onto the mat. Take your knees hip distance apart, coming all the way up. We're going to find a gentle camel pose, one side at a time. So remember the quads are engaged, just reach the right hand towards the right heel. Modified version is hand to the lower back. Choose whichever option feels good for you today. And then start to roll your left arm all the way behind you. Roll the right shoulder back. See if you can press your hips a little further forwards. And maybe look behind you at that left hand. Just breathing into the posture. On your next inhale, rolling back out through the right side, all the way to the center, coming to the left side, so either hand to the lower back or down to the heel. Start to roll the right arm up and over, all the way behind you, and as you do, roll that left shoulder back, press the hips forwards, maybe look up at the right hand, and a few deep breaths. On your next inhale, find your way back to center. Drop your sit bones down to the heels. We're coming down to reclined hero pose. So we've got 3 options here. You can choose whichever option feels comfortable for you. We're slowly going to start to lean back. It's a deep stretch down the front line of the body. So take the palms down first, fingertips facing towards the toes. Roll the shoulders back. If that's enough for you, you're going to stay there. You can even let the head fall back. If you want to come deeper, start to come down onto the forearms. So slowly take one elbow down at a time. This is a back bend too. So just see how the lower back feels as you're coming down. You're either staying here, or if you want to come deeper, start to walk your elbows out. Take the crown of the head down to the mat. Tuck your chin and find your way into full reclined hero pose. We're going to meet in child's pose afterwards, so wherever you are, just hold for a few deep breaths, and then find your way to a child's pose position. To come out of your full reclined hero, you're going to take the hands to the feet, push the crown of the head into the mat, use your elbows, slide them towards the back, and then pushing up. Let's just stop in child's pose for a few moments to extend the arms. Pull it down to the mat, and a few deep breaths. On your next inhale, coming back up into hero pose. So from here, take your right arm above you. We're going to draw the left hand behind us, so bend at the elbow. The back of your palm is on the back. Roll your left shoulder a little further behind you. And then start to draw that right hand down to the left. See if you can push your right elbow towards the ceiling. If your fingers come together, take a tight grip. If they don't, you can use your t-shirt to walk your hands a little closer. So wherever you are, a few deep breaths here. You can even draw the knees together to sit onto the heels a little more. And then on your exhale, release the hands down. We'll take the left arm up, right hand behind us. So the back of the palm is onto the back. Roll your right shoulder as far back as you can. Start to bend the left arm. The elbows pushing up towards the ceiling. See if you can get the fingertips together or use the t-shirt to walk the hands a little closer. A few deep breaths. And then on your exhale, release the hands, take them down in front of you. We're going to come all the way down onto our backs. So extend the legs out, slowly lay down onto your back. And we're going to finish off the same way we started to find a comfortable position. You can either extend your legs or take the feet together, let the knees fall out to the side. Just rest your palms on top of your belly button. And take a deep inhale through the nose. And a long exhale. Another deep inhale, fill your belly with air. And a long exhale. And just stay with this breath for a few moments. Each time you exhale, just start to relax all the muscles in your body that worked. Try to let your mind be still. And then when you're ready, you're going to close the knees, draw them into the chest one last time. And just take a few rocks here, find your way back up to a seated position. Just close your eyes for a few moments, still focusing on your breath. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So well done, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's session. It was probably the most relaxation we've done throughout the challenge. I want to thank you all for joining in. I hope you've enjoyed all the classes that we've done. And remember to post your progress on the Facebook community group. I'm always there to connect with if you want to get in touch. And I look forward to seeing you in the next challenge as well.